Lights FM.
Special guest in the studio with us today. She was just with us at Radio City Music Hall to kick off the Christmas season here at Light FM. Mariah Carey.
Hi.
Hi, Mariah.
Nice to see you guys again.
Well, it's nice to see you. And welcome up to the station.
Thank you very much.
I know we did a little hang at Radio City, flip the switch. It's all Christmas music.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun just having you there at Radio City.
It was great being there. It's so festive there.
And we have brought a lot of our listeners with us to get a chance to meet Mariah. It was very cool for you to do that. She did all these nice little photos that for folks they can cherish for years to come.
It was great. Lots of different families and kids and parents, and really enjoyed it.
And a huge day for you as well because Caution was released on Friday.
Yes.
Caution.
Yes, my new album, Caution, released on Friday. It's been really exciting reading the reviews and getting the feedback from the fans. And it's great because this time of year, obviously, I'm always festive with my Christmas album. And then now having a brand new album as well for the first time in 4 years is just like, it's a lot of fun for me.
Do you read the reviews, Mariah? I mean, does that matter?
I read the good ones.
You read the good ones?
Yeah. No, this is actually
so who sifts through and says, you
no,
like this one?
To be honest with you, this is the best reviewed album out of all my albums.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I would love to know, what place you were in when you were writing this album. What were you feeling?
Well, so many different feelings. I mean, it's not just like a one note type of a thing. You go into the studio. I've grown up in the studio. I started doing background vocals when I was 12 in the studio, became a background singer, and was always writing. So writing has been my favorite thing. And I think what people are really responding to is the writing on this album more than anything. And I work with a lot of great collaborators, and I was really excited just to be back in the studio because it's my favorite thing to do, to just create music, produce records, and there's just all different types of feelings, kind of mid-tempo ballads and happy up-tempo records, and then the introspective songs and stuff like that. It's just a great release to be able to write about things that are, relevant in my life at this moment, and like throwback things and just, throwback moments and feelings. Just being able to express that and get it out to the fans now is a great moment for me.
And where did you record? Do you stay mainly based in New York?
Well, I am based in New York. I like to be in New York more than anything. I still have my apartment here. But I was in my house in LA and set up a home studio there. So I have like this special vocal booth that was made for me, and I just kind of would be in my pajamas just singing. My engineer's like, okay, thanks for dressing up for me. I'm like, yeah, no problem. But it's just like a nice kind of private moment to be able to just be in there alone and not have to think about
what time do you sing best? Do you have like a morning?
No.
Like what is your prime time?
Never in the morning.
Really?
This is like seeing you guys at this hour. What is it? Yeah,
She looks good though, doesn't she? Though?
Well, I appreciate that, but this is not. I'm a late night person.
Right. So when do you prefer to record?
I sometimes start at 1 in the morning.
That's crazy. But that's common though for artists, isn't it?
I don't know about anybody else, but for me it is.
Yeah.
For you in particular, because I've seen you rehearse with your dancers at 3 o'clock in the morning. That's when you have your best energy.
Where were you?
She was watching some clips.
Oh, okay.
I get to see Mariah.
I wasn't invited to that little outing.
I didn't send out the invitations. I'm sorry. But it's just been a thing where ever since I first started, I think it's because when I was first starting out, I was working in a studio where we were lucky to get the studio time. This is when I was in high school. So I'd drive in and be in Manhattan and work in the studio till 3 in the morning, then get up and go to school. I'd always be late for school. So this is I've been doing this more than half my life, and I just got into the pattern of doing it. Plus, I feel more creative at night.
When did you know you had the voice? I mean, the ability to do that. I'm sure folks were telling you did, but when did you know in your mind that I can sing and this is what I want to do?
It's interesting. My mother is a singer. My mother sang with City Opera when I was a little girl. She sang all different types of music, so it wasn't a far-fetched thing for me to know that someone could be a professional singer. And she kind of put her career on hold to have a family. So I just always knew that's what I wanted to do. I knew I wasn't going to be a classical singer because I like to just do things the way I want. I wanted to write songs, and I wanted to do my own thing. But I've always known.
When did you break your first glass? Was it 10, 11, 12?
I don't know. I don't know.
With that incredible range of yours.
Okay, so now you're gearing up for a world tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before that, we've got the holidays, though. Do you have some fun plans for Christmas?
Always. If I don't have fun plans for Christmas, I don't know what the world is coming
Well, you got to
to.
shop for the kids.
I got to shop
you
for
gotta
the
carve
kids.
out time for that.
I got to shop for my friends, and that's the only time I go shopping is Christmas. I'll be in Aspen. We'll be in Aspen. Santa Claus comes to visit. Real reindeer. Yeah, a 2-horse open
you
sleigh
hit the
ride.
road right after Thanksgiving. You really
Yeah,
do.
well,
you're
going to Europe
Yeah.
to do the Christmas shows. Which is going to be very fun. I'm looking forward to that. But then after that, we'll go to Aspen and have a Christmas holiday.
How nice is that?
Yeah.
And when you tour, you take the kids with you? Are you still able to travel together?
Yeah, we travel together. They have a great teacher that they love to work with. I mean, they don't like doing schoolwork, but she's great. And then
How old are they now?
they're 7.
Oh my God, that's the best age.
Yeah, it's really great.
Wow, the Hess truck people were just here. I wish they would have left one for you.
Oh,
Do we have a Hess truck? That would be great. Then we
Well,
need
we
2
only have
though.
one, yes,
Yeah, well,
we
they
need
might
2.
both want a Hess truck.
well, no, they have a great time, and even like we'll be home in New York or in LA for like a week, and they're like, when do we get to go on a plane again? When do we get to go in the tour bus? Yeah, they love it, and they come out on stage. On Halloween, we were in Tokyo, and I brought them up on stage in their Halloween costumes, and they had a good time. It's just like they were born listening to audiences clap for them. When I gave birth to them, I had my song Fantasy, live from Madison Square Garden with the applause and everything. I was like, I want them to feel that when they're first born. So it was pretty cool.
Do you see any showbiz in either of the kids? Or
I definitely see showbiz. I don't know what they're going to
boy.
want to do when they grow up, but whatever it is, I'll be there supporting them.
can they sing?
My daughter definitely loves
Look
to
at
sing,
that.
and Rocky, my son, he wants to be a comedian.
Well, okay, I could relate to Rocky.
That's fun. And I know you're super busy, but you also do some great acting work. Do you have anything coming up?
I've been talking with my friend Lee Daniels, who directed Precious, and I was in that movie with Monique. I don't know if you saw it. It was
did.
yeah.
Great.
Thank you. So right after that, I had the babies, and it was kind of like I had a lot of offers, and I had to turn things down, and then just other things happened, and just wasn't really focused on that. But he's got a project that I'm super excited about, so hopefully we'll get into that. It is top secret because someone else could steal the idea. It's
No,
a
no,
great
no.
I know,
idea.
but she completely goes into character. I mean, you would not know.
Well, the reviews were obviously
That's right. She's
incredible.
Yeah, really
so
wonderful.
Thank
triple
you.
threat.
Yeah.
The whole thing. And of course, Light FM, you were there with us Fridays, and we flipped the Christmas light switch on.
Yeah.
And then we talked about your song, All I Want for Christmas, is by far our most requested song here at Light FM.
Oh, wow.
Came out in 1994, so we're anniversary time, like 24 years. Isn't that crazy?
Next year's a big anniversary. We'll be back in New York doing a big Christmas show. It's exciting because I wrote this song. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think that it was a classic that I remade.
didn't know that.
Yeah. This
Yeah.
is the first Christmas song I ever wrote. And I was just like, really? It's so early in my career to write a Christmas song or to make a Christmas album. But I did it. And every year it kind of like gained momentum and
It does.
popularity, which is pretty. I mean, as a songwriter, it's an incredible
It's
compliment.
so hard to get new Christmas songs on. I know a lot of artists make them, and for whatever reason, they just don't break through. That just cut right through.
Well, you know
All
what?
the stations were playing it.
Yeah,
right?
it the first year it was like a little bit slower, and then as people, I think what it is people have their own memories that they associate with the song.
Right.
So it's kind of like if you grow up with it, you feel like you can associate with it. And it's also because it has like I didn't write it to give like at the time I didn't want it to sound like something that was just happening at the time. I wanted it to have a classic.
It feels like a
Yeah.
Ronettes, like that kind of wall of sound.
And I
Always did
love
to me,
those, the Phil Spector album, the
Yes.
Jackson 5 Christmas album, so many great Christmas songs that I listen to all year round, just Christmas music. Not all year round, at
Right.
Christmas for the entirety of
year.
the season. Yeah, so it's great to be able to have a song that I feel like I can listen to amongst those other songs, and it's not like giving me one specific time period. It's like I will humbly call it like a classic feel. Because, I used to sit there and pick it apart at Christmas and be like, why did I do that note or why did I do that? And now I can enjoy it. I enjoy it with the kids especially.
Is it cool when our other artists do it? I mean, is there a particular one you like? Any favorite?
There's been a lot of remakes that I'm kind
Bublé
of...
did it, right? Michael Bublé?
He's
Am I
one
right?
of the people that did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
CeeLo did it. A lot of different people.
And when people do tributes, like they do a lot of Mariah Carey songs on YouTube, do you check that out? Do you see some of that sometimes, the fans?
Sometimes. Sometimes, yeah. But with the Christmas song, it's been interesting because you just hear all these different people doing it and knowing the song and people that you wouldn't expect to do it. So it's even like around the world, internationally, all different people covering this song.
What?
Yeah.
With Caution, is that just like we said, drop Friday? What's the first single from that?
Well, we did a couple different, like they call them instant grats, where you release it with the album and you play like some, just like so they get a taste of the album and people know what to expect. And we had GTFO, which was its own little.
What does that stand for?
It's Get a Fun Cow. Get a Fun Cow. That's what my kids think it stands for. And then With You, which is the current single, which is one of my favorites. Did it the other day on Good Morning America. And The Distance is another one of my favorites from the album. It's a collaboration I did with Skrillex, and Ty Dolla $ign is on that. It's not really the Light FM mix, but it's actually it's a good song, and so I'm excited about it. There's a lot of really good tracks on the album. I think it's a feel good record, and then we have the introspective album cuts like the song Portrait that I wrote that I'm very proud of. It could stand alone on any one of my albums, and I feel like it would stand up to that level of writing and stuff.
And your fans are going to like this album, right? Because it takes them along for the ride. It's not such a like total breakaway from what they'd expect.
No, I think this is
But
what
still
the
modern.
fans. Yeah, it's a modern version of where I'm at now, but it's not like trying to hit you over the head with changing styles and doing something that I'm doing just for a trend. That's not who I am.
Right.
I enjoy making music.
They have expectations. You're a vocalist, and they want to hear that.
And they want to hear the writing. I think
Yeah.
the main thing is they want to know like what songs are going to help them through whatever they're going through. And a lot of that, when I'm writing, I take that into consideration.
Caution's one of the songs, but why, when you decide to call the album that, why Caution? What does that mean to you?
Well, it was interesting because I was writing this song called Proceed with Caution, and then I ended up shortening it to Caution. I kind of liked it better as Proceed with Caution. But anyway, it was the last song I wrote for the album, last song I recorded, and it was done in the Bahamas. And it was like this great like departure from where I'd been in LA, which is cool too, but the Bahamas was a nice vibe and everything, and it has like a tropical kind of feeling to it, like a Spanish guitar. And it's just one of those ones where I was like, you know what, we could do a lot of creative stuff with this title, and I liked it.
Well, the label price said don't go with GTFO, which
they liked
would've
it.
been fun.
They actually liked it, but that
Caution-
was never a contender. Never a contender for the title. Yeah, I liked Caution. We did a thing called the Mariah Experience the other day where people went to Sony and they sat down, they saw all the different albums that I've had and all different like outfits that I've worn and things like that. It was great. The label put it together and people actually had physical copies of the album, which was cool.
Nice,
And
so you could sign.
I met about 600, 700 people. It was, signed stuff. It was a really nice experience.
Nice. And don't forget about Radio City, so we can catch you there. in
Yes, March
We
25th.
right?
hmm
Get a hold of tickets.
Yeah.
Start working on that.
Yeah, the tour for Caution will be happening starting February, and we'll be back in Vegas in February as well. And before that, if you decide to come to Europe for some Christmas festivities, I'll be there.
I mean, I can't even pronounce. I'm not going to go there again, but we can.
You can pronounce Paris. It's very simple, darling. It's really, really not that
So I hope
hard.
you get a
London, London.
I hope you get a comfy seat on the plane,
get a
'cause
comfy seat on
she's
the plane.
everywhere. All right, thanks for coming in again.
Thank you, darlings.
The one and only Mariah Carey.